We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America. These are great words penned back in the day when our country was being formed, and they are truly beautiful. The thought behind each word conjures up a view that would make any and every man, woman, boy, and girl want to be a part of this great nation. That part about forming a more perfect union is a great place to pause for some reflection. It's been over 240 years, and I hate to say it, but to put it mildly, we ain't there yet. In fact, if you notice, it appears that the framers of the Constitution recognized that the way to this more perfect union started with or by establishing justice. Now, isn't that interesting considering what we are experiencing as a country these days? In my ever so humble opinion, if the framers had put more attention to this principle, we would not need a Black Lives Matter movement today. Did we forget this part of the Constitution? How do we overlook this vital clause? While perfection is an impossible feat for us mere humans, striving for it improves the situation in every case. Then notice that in the pursuit of the more perfect union, they felt it important to ensure domestic tranquility, which means free from agitation of mind or spirit, free from disturbance or turmoil. The simple definition for the word is quiet and peaceful. There is no doubt that this tenet has been missed, as there is no quiet and peaceful state, excuse the pun, at the moment. Provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare? Really? Where has the defense for the minorities been both now and in the past? You know, after this document was penned and adopted as the standard for freedom. Next, they write, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. So the framers realized that liberty is a blessing that needs securing. However, the actions that have led to uneven numbers who have had theirs taken seems a bit hypocritical to me. After all, you do know that the term posterity means future generations, right? How did we miss this? This document upon which we have built a nation seems a tad weak, wouldn't you say? This nation called the United States of America is a great nation. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else in the world, but united we ain't. I know that's bad English, but I wanted to make the point. When I looked the word united up, I found this definition, and that is involving people or groups working together to achieve something, made up of members who share the same purpose, interest, etc. This is a simple definition per Merriam-Webster's Learner's Dictionary. Their full definition shows made one, combined, relating to or produced by joint action, a united effort, being in agreement. As I consider both these definitions, it is evident that we, as a country, are disjointed as it relates to race, are now, and have been from the beginning. Strides have been made at different times, but what is interesting about that is that these strides have gone in both directions at different times. Anyone with any observation skills probably saw strides backwards 8 years ago when our great nation did something great by electing our first black president. Race relations should have been vastly improved at that point, but because folks forgot that our goal was and should still be to form a more perfect union, we marched backwards. As I draw to a close for this edition of Practical Assertion, a thought came to mind. There have been times when we were united. I think back on that fateful day in September 11th, 2001. So many of our fellow citizens lost their lives when terrorists carried out a cowardly act. We came together that day. We were together that day. What I find very interesting about the statistics is that during the time following the attack, there was no talk about how many whites lost their lives, how many blacks lost theirs. There is data now, though, that shows these numbers, but my point is, on that day, it wasn't a black, white, brown, yellow issue. It was an American issue because all lives matter. Are we only the United States of America when attacked by outsiders? What can you do to help form a more perfect union? We all have a part in this objective. What are you going to do? Let me hear from you. Share this with everyone you know, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week for another edition of Practical Assertions. We the people of the United States. We are those people. And by the way, I happen to have known several of the police officers who were killed in Dallas last Thursday. One in particular, Officer Kroll, I had the privilege of riding out with him one weekend. And I gotta tell you, while he was a big white police officer, he was one of the most gentle men that I know. So, not every white police officer is bad. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, let's work on that perfect union. Do your part. Let me hear from you as to what you're going to do to make this a more perfect union. Talk to you next week. Goodbye.